So when you're ready, demonstrate your long vowels, please.
Ah, ah, o, oo.
That's very good. Now do your short vowels.
Ah, o, o.
Pretty good. Now your diphthongs.
I, o, a, ow, oi,
Good. Just do the last one again. That's better. Now do each set.
I, sorry. O, a, ow, o, oi, oo,
Very good. So can you give me a two-syllable word containing the sound ah?
2 syllables. Apple.
Very good. Can you put the word apple into a sentence?
He gave me a very juicy. He gave me a very juicy apple.
Yeah, good. Give me another two-syllable word containing ah.
Camper.
Meaning?
It's a van, big van. Camper.
Camper. Yes, I suppose so. Could be. Yeah. I mean, usually in the UK, people just call that a caravan. Yeah.
Okay.
But I think if you said a camper, people would understand. I mean, a camper could just mean someone who's camping.
I think we call it maybe camper van.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, maybe it's camper van instead
Yeah.
of camper.
I'm not sure if there's any real difference between a camper van and a caravan. Maybe, technically speaking, a caravan is a trailer that's pulled by a car, as opposed to one vehicle.
Yep. When, for example, a bed is inside as well.
Yeah, so
Not
a caravan is a separate little sort
Caravan.
of living
Yes.
space that you pull with your car, whereas a camper van would be a van that is one vehicle that has a bed in it and so on. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Now give me a two-syllable word containing eh.
Enter.
Enter. Yeah, very good. Put enter into a sentence.
Can you click enter?
Okay. Can you click enter?
on your keyboard?
Yeah. Click enter. I wouldn't use the word click because click is usually what we use to talk about what you do with a mouse.
Okay. So can you tap?
Or press. I think press is the word that people tend to use. Press enter. Yeah, you could say tap. The thing is that with the word tap, it's less neutral. The word press is completely neutral in this context. Just activate that key, right? Whereas if you say tap, that suggests that you want it to be pressed in a certain way, you know, which is not necessarily a problem. I mean, you could say that, please tap enter, but it just has a certain nuance to it. You know, it's like if you say, I'm just going to pop to the shop. Now, if you want to be completely neutral, you say, I'm just going to go to the shop. There's no real emotional content there. You're just saying where you're going. I'm going to the shop. If you say, I'm going to pop to the shop, I mean, basically, you're just saying the same thing, aren't you? pop to the shop just means go to the shop, and yet there is a sort of nuance there, and there's an emotional content. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So when you
Yeah,
say
like
tap the keyboard, it's like you want it's like pop like that. You see?
mm-hmm. Okay, it's like you emphasize it. You emphasize something, but in a different way.
Yeah. I mean, if you just say
Yeah.
press enter, you know, there's no real emotional content there. It's just the verb that means use that key, right?
Yeah, that's the most natural way,
Right.
probably, to say.
That's the most
Mm-hmm.
basic way of saying that. If you say tap, the thing is,
Mm-hmm.
um, when you deviate from the obvious word, that implies that you've done that for a reason. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
If the obvious word is press and you say tap, to the listener, that suggests that you've chosen to use the word tap and not the word press. So there must be some reason for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why did you say tap and not press? You see?
Mm-hmm.
That's how a native interprets what you say. Okay, that's
Mm-hmm.
why it's surprisingly easy for people to misunderstand you. Like you might say something slightly differently to how people would normally say it, and people
Mm-hmm.
will get completely confused and don't understand what you're trying to say, and that might seem
Mm-hmm.
really strange to you because it's so
Mm-hmm.
close to the correct way. It's only slightly wrong, so why
Mm-hmm.
can't people understand? But it's because by making that word choice, you've sent them down this path where they're thinking, well, what is she trying to say? You
Mm-hmm.
know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I recorded recently a video about. I started with let's tackle the word tackle.
very good.
So I was standing in my son's bedroom because he was away on his residential.
Here's what?
So on his residential.
What's that?
Residential, it's a school trip.
They call them residentials now.
Wow. Okay.
I
For
never heard
me,
that
it's
before. I
oh,
mean,
for me,
residential implies that he's living somewhere, living with another family, maybe?
yeah. But everybody, for me, it was like I was in shock hearing someone say residential, and it wasn't obvious for me what does it mean,
What it
and
means.
then what it means. Yeah,
Yeah.
what it means. And then yeah, everybody said that's the school. That's a school trip for one minimum night, 1 night, two
Is he
nights.
going to
So
stay with some other family?
no, it's just with teachers and school friends. So
In a hotel?
in a hotel or in a special, place for school trips. Like they went to Derny Valley in Doncaster
Say that again?
and Derny Valley.
Okay. Derny Valley. Derny. How do you
Sorry,
spell that?
Derny. Dearny.
Dear.
Arny.
Okay, yeah. Derny.
Derny Valley.
Mhm. Valley, yeah.
Valley.
What's
Yeah.
in Derny Valley? What's special about Derny Valley?
The special thing was these activities they had. So they built a raft, or they had a
They
campfire.
had. Right, okay. So they're doing outdoor stuff.
Yeah,
Camping and
basically,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, that sounds fun.
Yeah, they had also a Jacob's ladder, so they could climb as well.
Okay.
Lots of many different activities.
What's
And
the weather like at the moment?
the weather was at the moment is like about 10 degrees maybe today, so it's still quite mild. But when my son went to this trip a couple of days ago, they had very sunny weather, and when he got when I saw him getting off the bus, he was totally pale, like knackered from that trip. but very excited as well at the same time. So even they came late, about 3 p.m., but he was still able to go to his training.
Okay.
That day. Yeah. So anyway, and so yeah, the one thing that probably he will remember forever, it was when they were rafting, and the coach
Rafting.
asked
Longer, yeah. Rafting.
rafting. The coach asked them if anybody is willing, they can jump. They can jump into the cold water, and my son was number one to do it.
Well, I won't do that again.
Yeah, so it was. He said, "Oh, it was shock, mom." Yeah, I think it was shock to the
Shocking,
system.
yes. It was a
Shock.
shock to the system. Yeah, definitely.
It was shock to the
A
system.
shock.
A shock, yeah. Oh, a shock. Yeah, it was a shock to the system. So, yeah, when he went back home,
When he came home.
Came home.
Yeah, don't say went back.
No,
Because
go
he's,
back.
he came to you, right? You are home, right? So he came home. If you say went back home, well, firstly, don't say went back home. That just doesn't sound good. I mean, it's acceptable, but it's not necessary. Just went home. But you want to say came home rather than went home because he lives with you. So he's coming home, right? He's not going home, right? So when he came home.
When he came home. Why sometimes we use got home or go back home?
Well, got home means arrived.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, I noticed he said this, and I think I've noticed you do this quite a few times. He said, even they arrived late, but he was able to train. Now, this is not correct English. What should you have said?
Even. They arrived late, even though he was able to train.
Almost. So, even though, start the sentence with even though.
Even though they arrived late.
Even though they arrived late.
So he was.
You don't need a conjunction there. Even though they arrived late, he was able to train.
Okay.
I mean, look, you can do it like this. He was able to train even though they arrived late.
Okay.
Right? So, though, or even though, is the conjunction. So you don't need another conjunction. You don't need to say so. Even though he arrived late, he was able to train even though he arrived late. Right? Though is a conjunction, you see? He was able to train though they arrived late. Just like saying they arrived late, but he was able to train. Okay? So one or the other. And don't just say even. You have to say even though. In fact, you don't even need the word even. You could just say though. Though they arrived late, he was able to train. The word even just gives it a little bit more emphasis.
So he was able to train, though they arrived late.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, in this context, it is better to say even though. But
In this context.
though is actually the essential word there. Without the word though, it is grammatically incorrect. Without the word even, it is still correct. It just doesn't sound quite as good. Okay? Okay, fine. So, now give me a two-syllable word containing the sound O.
Polar.
Meaning?
Really cold.
Say the word again.
Polar.
Okay, just say this word.
Pole.
Right, exactly. It's O, isn't it? Now, you don't have to do it very correctly. You don't have to say pole like that. It is okay if you let the pronunciation come out more like pole, right? You see? But it is in principle O, okay? So with this word, I mean, in a way, this word is actually easier because now the L sound is at the beginning of a syllable. It's at the beginning of the second syllable and not at the end of the first syllable. So you can say po, you see, perfectly like that. Polar. Try that.
Polar.
Yes. So polar could mean very cold. Maybe some people use it that way. It's absolutely polar today. But polar, I don't think it's very common to use it in that way. Maybe where you live, people use it a lot. But
Yeah, yeah. Mm.
but I would
So
say in
to be
general, polar is not often used to mean very cold. Polar means relating to the poles. So a polar bear is a kind of bear that lives in the North Pole, around the North Pole, right? Um, anyway,
yeah. To be honest, I heard when Adrian's head teacher said that to parents.
right.
Yeah, when we were standing outside and it was really cold, and
Yeah.
he just came out and said, "Oh, it's polar."
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it makes sense, definitely.
But it was a year ago, not this year, because this year we had just very mild winter.
Really. Yeah. Another way polar is often used is to emphasize the contrast between things. So you could say they're polar opposites. My two children are polar opposites. Polar opposites meaning completely opposite. North Pole, South Pole. Directly opposite. Right? Think about the poles of a magnet. Yeah? North and south poles of a magnet.
Polar. So my children are polar opposite.
Polar opposites.
Polar opposites.
Yeah, that's quite a common phrase, polar opposites. It just means completely different.
Like water and fire.
Yes,
we
like
usually
fire and
say
water sounds a bit better.
fire and water.
Fire and water.
Fire and water.
Good. When you say and water, you don't really need to make an Just go like that. Fire water.
Fire and water.
Good. Just go straight to here. Fire water.
Fire and water.
Yeah, you've got to get there quicker. You're doing this. Fire water.
Okay.
Look, fire straight to here. Fire water.
Fire and water.
Pretty good. Okay.
Fire and water.
Yes, exactly. Give you another. So try again. Give me a two-syllable word with o, not o, but o.
Oh, sorry. Pollen.
Good. One more time.
Pollen.
Fine. Put pollen into a sentence.
Some people are allergic to pollen.
Very good. One more time.
Some people are allergic to pollen.
Very good. So now give me a three-syllable word containing a.
3 syllables. Containing.
Very good. Can you put containing into a sentence?
Can you pass me the box containing containing the brown envelopes?
Yeah, good. Can you pass me the box containing the brown envelopes? One more time.
Can you pass me the box containing the brown envelopes?
Good. I recommend that you pronounce this word pass. Okay, however,
Pass.
I think if you live in Yorkshire, is that correct? Right. So I imagine that in Yorkshire, people generally say pass, which is more what you said. Okay. So if you
Yeah,
do get into the habit of saying pass, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
yeah.
It's
Like
not.
glass. They
Yeah.
also said glass
Glass.
instead of
Exactly.
glass.
Exactly. So there's nothing wrong with doing that. It's just a sort of regional variation. Um, but more generally around England, I think pass is considered, and glass is considered a bit more sort of proper or posh. But it's not important. It's not particularly important. Just as long as you recognise that there is those two ways. Some people say pass. Some people say pass. Right. So, give me another three-syllable word with a.
Maintaining.
Yeah, good. One more time.
Maintaining.
Yeah, that's fine. Can you put maintaining into a sentence?
Um, um, your responsibilities includes the
Say maintaining. Yeah.
maintaining of the
No, don't say of the. Just maintaining.
maintaining the cleanness of your workstation.
Ah,
Cleanness or
you mean
maintaining
cleanness?
maintaining.
Okay, you mean something like cleanness, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cleanness isn't really a word. We have the word cleanliness, which is basically
Clean,
cleanness, right? But we don't say cleanness, we say
cleanliness.
cleanliness, right?
Maintaining.
So you could say that. I mean, it makes sense. You're responsible for maintaining the cleanliness of your desk or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Workstation.
workstation. Yeah. So if you wanted to use of the, that would be using
Mm-hmm.
the word maintenance. The
Mm-hmm.
maintenance. Right? Maintenance of. You see,
Mm-hmm.
you are
The
responsible for the maintenance of your
of your
computer, right?
of your place
Yeah.
where you work. Mm-hmm.
Right. As for the word cleanliness, in your particular sentence, I think cleanliness doesn't sound very
Natural.
natural. Yeah.
Yeah.
People would say you are responsible for keeping your workspace tidy, something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tidy is a better word rather than
Tidy.
clean.
Mm-hmm.
Cleanliness makes it sound
Mm-hmm.
like you're talking more about germs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you're talking
Mm-hmm.
more about just orderliness, order,
Mm-hmm.
tidiness.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's see. Now give me a three-syllable word containing I.
Mm. Hydrated.
Yes. Can you put hydrated into a sentence?
Mm. Um, as everyone, but especially elderly people, needs to keep themselves hydrated.
Good. One more time.
Everyone, but especially elderly people, needs to keep themselves hydrated.
Good. Just do it again from elderly.
Everyone, but
No, from the word
especially
elderly.
from later on, yeah.
Do the sentence again, but start from the word elderly.
Elderly people
Go on. Finish the
need
sentence.
to keep them need to keep themselves hydrated.
Okay. One more time.
Elderly people need to keep themselves hydrated.
Right. Just say need to keep.
Need to keep.
Good. Elderly people need to keep themselves hydrated.
Elderly people need to keep themselves hydrated.
Very good. So, give me another 3-syllable word with I.
Light-headed.
Excellent. One more time.
Light-headed.
Good. Can you put light-headed into a sentence?
He's been feeling a bit lightheaded.
Yeah, he's been feeling a bit lightheaded. One more time.
He's been feeling a bit lightheaded.
Just say been feeling.
Being feeling.
Good. So it's a bit like what we did before. What was it? I forget. But so when you say beam feeling, see beam like that. Beam. You don't actually have to do an It's sort of more like an but an that's here. Beam.
Being.
Right. Show your teeth. Beam feeling.
Being feeling.
Good.
Being feeling.
Good. He's been feeling a bit lightheaded.
He's been feeling.
Beam feeling on the end of beam. He's been feeling a bit lightheaded.
He's been feeling a bit lightheaded.
Good. Just say feeling a bit.
Feeling a bit.
Good. Yeah, that's very good. Your connected speech is definitely getting better. So,
lightheaded is this word very common? Because I think it's more American, but maybe I'm not sure. Because I've never heard this word, but when I recorded my video for the word giddy, I know that the giddy, the original word was dizzy, for giddy.
Okay. Well.
And dizzy, because dizzy means unsteady, lightheaded. So
Right.
that's why I remember when I explained
Yeah, I mean dizzy. I'm not sure about the etymology. I'd have to look it up in the dictionary. But my feeling is that the word dizzy just means that you feel unbalanced. The feeling you would get from spinning around. You know, like when you're a little kid and you just spin around in a circle and then you feel really dizzy, right? That's the feeling of just being sort of like this. Whereas giddy, I would say that when people use the word giddy, they usually mean something like very happy and overwhelmed with emotion, to the point where they're sort of not in control, almost hysterical, like laughing, and the feeling you might get if you inhaled some laughing gas. I don't know if you've ever done that before, but it's a very funny feeling, and you feel just like this, and it's very funny and pleasant feeling.
and your voice might change as well.
That would be helium. Laughing gas is different, but yeah, if you so yeah, people often use the word giddy to mean something like overwhelmed with emotion, perhaps because they have recently met someone very attractive or something like that. Um, so, you know, you think about having a conversation with someone, a very attractive man, and you just feel a bit funny. You know, that could be feeling giddy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
My son.
the word lightheaded is sort of somewhere kind of crosses both of those definitions, because lightheaded can literally just mean kind of dizzy, like if you could feel sick, you haven't eaten enough, you're low blood sugar, you're very tired, and you need to sit down, or you just stand up too quickly, and the blood runs away from your brain, and you feel like you're going to faint. That's lightheadedness. But you could also use the word lightheaded to imply just a feeling of giddiness, you know. So I think it crosses both those definitions.
Yeah.
But check the dictionary.
My son described my neighbor's puppy as a giddy. He
As
said,
giddy.
"Oh, he's giddy. Oh, he's so giddy."
Okay.
Like, because it's a dog, and she was very like lively, playful, running around.
Yeah. Let me just check the definition
So
of giddy.
then I asked my son, "What does it mean, giddy? I've never heard that before." And he said that, "Yeah, we use it. We use it, giddy."
Yes, excitable and frivolous. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a slightly unusual choice of using the word giddy. I mean, young children often use words slightly incorrectly. That's normal. But I think that's quite a good choice of word there. It's definitely not normal to describe a playful puppy as giddy, but I think it works. And maybe it could be that in Yorkshire that is common, because in different parts of England, different words are going to be used, so you're going to have slight variation in slang, and you know, different expressions that people use, definitely. So it's quite possible that in Yorkshire people often use the word giddy in that way, because it definitely, I can believe that people would use that word that way. But in my experience, the word giddy is not usually used to describe something like a puppy, but it certainly works. I think it makes sense.
Yeah. Anyway, I recorded this video, and I'm going to post it soon. So yeah, and I said about giddy as how my son described a puppy. But yeah, I explained at the beginning that giddy means over happy. So basically not only for dogs. It's just.
Well, there is an expression. I was just looking in the dictionary and reminded of this, a giddy goat. So, yeah, play the giddy goat, behave in an irresponsible, silly, or playful way. So that does conform very much with what you were saying about a puppy being giddy. A giddy goat means like being a giddy goat means being silly and playful, like a baby goat, like a little kid. Kid, by the way, actually means baby goat. That's where we get the word. Because they sort of jump around and play, right? So you might describe that behavior as giddy, definitely. Yeah. Okay. So, so now give me a 3-syllable word containing ear.
Immature.
Immature. That's not really ear. It's immature. Or
Okay,
you could
yeah.
say immature with an or sound, although
Immature.
I think sounds a bit better.
Yeah. Okay. Volunteer.
Very good. Can you put volunteer into a sentence?
um, hmm. My husband will volunteer as a referee at today's game.
Yeah, that's very good. My husband will volunteer as a referee at today's game. One more
Yeah,
time.
but yeah, my husband will volunteer as a referee at today's game.
Good. Just say today.
Today.
That's it. Now say the sentence again and try to connect every word.
My husband will volunteer as a referee at today's game.
Just say game.
Game.
Much better.
My husband
say
will
this.
volunteer. My husband.
My husband will.
My husband will.
Right. Now, when you go from husband to will, again, you can do this. Husband. So it's really
My
just
husband.
My husband will.
My husband will.
Right. My husband will.
My husband will.
Good. Just a bit quicker. My husband will.
My husband will.
That's it. However, an even better way or quicker way is to use a contraction. My husband'll.
My husband'll.
Good. My husband.
My husband'll.
Good. Good.
My
You don't need to make the duh quite so strong. You're going my husband'll. My husband'll. Soft. You see, my husband'll.
My husband'll.
So my husband will volunteer.
My husband volunteer.
That's good, but you're making the duh too strong. A bit lighter. My husband will volunteer.
My husband will volunteer. My husband.
Try dropping the duh and just using my husband will like that. This is now we're getting very casual sounding, but it's fine. My husband will volunteer.
My husband.
Just no. My husband will.
My husband will volunteer.
That's it. One more time.
My husband will volunteer.
Good. My husband will volunteer.
My husband will volunteer.
Good. Now.
Res. Volunteer res. Res today's game. My husband. My husband will.
So say volunteer as a referee.
Volunteer as a referee.
That's it. Volunteer as a referee.
Volunteer as a
bit quicker. Volunteer as a referee.
Volunteer as a referee.
No, it's a referee. So remember, in connected speech, every syllable begins with a consonant. So it's volunteer z referee. Volunteer as a referee.
Volunteer as a referee.
That's it. Volunteer as a referee.
Volunteer as a referee.
One more time.
Volunteer as a referee.
And again.
Volunteer as a referee.
Good. Just say referee.
Referee.
Good. Volunteer as a referee.
Volunteer as a referee.
Just say re.
Re.
Good. Volunteer as a referee.
Volunteer as a referee.
That's it. My husband will volunteer as a referee.
My husband.
No.
Okay. My husband will volunteer as a referee.
Good. My husband will volunteer as a referee at today's game.
My husband will.
Husband no.
My husband will volunteer as a referee at today's game.
Could you say referee at today's game?
Referee at today's game.
That's it. Referee at today's game.
Referee at today's game.
Good. Referee at today's game.
Referee at today's game.
Good. My husband will volunteer as a referee at today's game.
My husband will volunteer.
It's not nil. You're saying nil. Just no. My husband will.
No. My husband will volunteer as a referee at. today's game.
Good. My husband will volunteer as a referee at today's game.
My husband will
It's not
volunteer
nil,
as
it's no. My husband will...
no. My husband will volunteer as a referee at today's game.
Just say referee at today's game.
Referee at today's game.
Good. My husband will volunteer as a referee at today's game.
My husband will
No.
my husband will volunteer. My husband will
No,
husband
not
will
nil.
vol-
Okay, no. My husband will...
no. My husband will volunteer as a referee at today's game.
Good. Just try to get the referee at today's game. My husband will volunteer as a referee at today's game.
My husband will volunteer as a referee at today's game.
Good. My husband will volunteer as a referee at today's game.
My husband will volunteer as a referee at today's game.
That's it. Very good. Okay. So, let's do some reading. Okay, do that one more time.
Savage care. Neat ethical principles have nothing to say to doctors like me, faced with the brutal, bloody compromises of hospital life.
Not bad. Just say savage. Savage.
Savage.
Savage.
Savage.
Good. So, savage care.
Savage care.
Good. So, savage means something like violent, aggressive, uncivilized, brutal. Okay? Like a wild predator. Like a tiger, a leopard, something like that. So, one more time, savage care.
Savage care.
It's pretty good. So, try this. Neat ethical principles. Just that.
Neat ethical principles.
Very good. Have nothing to say to doctors like me.
Have nothing to say to doctors like me.
Good. Just say doctors.
Doctors.
Fine. Faced with the brutal, bloody compromises of hospital life.
Faced with brutal, bloody compromises of hospital life.
Good. One more time.
Faced with the brutal, bloody compromises of hospital life.
Good. Just say life.
Life.
That's it. Okay, try the first sentence of the main text from I suffered.
I suffered from a bad conscience before the case even began.
Good. Just say conscience.
Conscience.
Good. I suffered from a bad conscience before the case even began.
I suffered from a bad conscience before the case even began.
Good. Just say case even began.
Case even began.
Good. So a bad conscience would mean feeling guilty, something like that. Okay? So try the next sentence.
My patient was in his late 70s, partially blind from narrow-angle glaucoma.
It's glaucoma.
Glaucoma.
Coma.
Coma.
Good. Excellent. Glaucoma.
Glaucoma.
No, glaucoma.
Oh, sorry. Glaucoma.
Excellent. So glaucoma is some sort of medical condition affecting your vision, right? My patient was in his late 70s, partially blind from narrow-angle glaucoma. Try that one more time.
My patient was in his late 70s, partially blind from narrow-angle glaucoma.
Good. Just say partially blind.
Partially blind.
Good. Just say narrow angle.
Narrow angle.
Right. So, again, narrow angle glaucoma is some sort of medical condition, right? I don't know anything about it. Other than that, it's something to do with the eyes. So, try the next sentence.
He had undergone a colonoscopy a few days before and now needed emergency abdominal surgery for a perforated bowel.
That's pretty good. You just need to connect more. Just say, he had undergone a colonoscopy.
He had undergone a colonoscopy.
Good. A few days before.
A few days before.
And now needed emergency abdominal surgery.
and now needed emergency abdominal surgery.
One more time.
And now needed emergency abdominal surgery.
For a perforated bowel.
For a perforated bowel.
Good. So when you go from perforated to bowel, again, just use a b. Perforated bowel.
For a perforated bowel.
One more time.
For a perforated
No,
bowel.
perforated.
Perforated.
Good, but just go straight to the b like this. Perforated bowel.
For a perforated bowel.
Fine. So he had undergone a colonoscopy a few days before and now needed emergency abdominal surgery for a perforated bowel.
He had undergone a colonoscopy. Okay. He had undergone a colonoscopy a few days before and now needed emergency abdominal surgery for a perforated bowel.
That's very good. So let me demonstrate the next sentence. Before his colonoscopy, he'd had a slight fever, which the surgical team, including myself, the anesthesiologist, had dismissed, but which later proved to be an early sign of sepsis. Okay? Sepsis is a very serious condition. Okay? So just try that sentence again.
Before his colonoscopy, he had a slight fever, which the surgical team, including myself, the anesthesiologist, had dismissed, but which later proved to be an early sign of sepsis.
Yeah, that's quite good. Just note that it says he'd had a slight fever. He had,
He'd.
in other words.
Okay. He'd had a slight fever.
Good. Now, he could have written he had. It would have made sense. Before his colonoscopy, he had a slight fever. It would still make sense that way, but it is slightly nicer the way he's done it. He'd had. There, he's using the past perfect, which is the ideal tense to use here. Okay? So just say, including myself, the anesthesiologist.
Including myself, the
The anesthesiologist.
the anesthesiologist.
Right. So, in other words, he is the anesthesiologist, including me, the anesthesiologist. Okay.
Anesthesiologist.
Good. I'm going to read the rest of the paragraph. Listen carefully. Two voices now vied for supremacy in my head. The first asked, "Why did you overlook his fever?" The second replied, "How could I have foreseen what would happen?" The first shot back, "A smart doctor is only a smart doctor if he does foresee things. It doesn't take a smart doctor not to foresee things. Anyone can do that." Okay, you try.
Two voices now vied. Two voices now vied for supremacy in my head. The first asked, "Why did you overlook this fever?" The second replied, "How could I have foreseen what would happen?" The first shot back, "A smart doctor is only a smart doctor if she does foresee things. If he does foresee things, it doesn't take a smart doctor not to foresee things. Anyone can do that."
Right, exactly. So because the whole thing is written in italics, it's hard to see which words need to be emphasized. If he had written it in normal text, in a normal font, then he could have italicized only those words that really need to be emphasized. But I'm pretty confident that what he has in his mind is a smart doctor is only a smart doctor if he does foresee things. If he
does.
Good. It doesn't take a smart doctor not to foresee things. So does and not. Okay? Because you want to convey this sort of slightly sarcastic tone.
Yeah.
The word vie, by the way, the verb vie just means compete. So two voices competing, arguing. So let me demonstrate one more time. Two voices now vied for supremacy in my head. The first asked, "Why did you overlook his fever?" The second replied, "How could I have foreseen what would happen?" The first shot back, "A smart doctor is only a smart doctor if he does foresee things. It doesn't take a smart doctor not to foresee things. Anyone can do that." right? So there's an element of sarcasm there. Just try that one more time.
Two voices now fight for supremacy in my head. The first asked, "Why did you overlook his fever?" The second replied, "How could I have foreseen what would happen?" The first shot back, "A smart doctor is only a smart doctor if he does foresee things. It doesn't take a smart doctor not to foresee things. Anyone can do that."
Yeah, just don't stress things so much. So just say if he does foresee things.
If he does foresee things.
Good. And now not to foresee things.
Not to foresee things.
Good. So yeah, that was good, but your connected speech could be a bit better. So just say two voices now vied for supremacy in my head.
Two voices now fight for supremacy in my head.
Good. Just say supremacy in my head.
Supremacy in my head.
Good. The first asked, just that.
The first asked,
That's fine. Why did you overlook his fever?
"Why did you overlook his fever?"
Right. So you see here you have a choice. You can say his properly with the H sound. Why did you overlook his fever? But if you want, you can drop the H and say look his, which I think it works. Okay. And it doesn't sound improper. It doesn't sound rough. It sounds fine because, especially because we're connecting with a k. If we drop the H, we are now putting the k at the beginning of that syllable, and that's an aspirated consonant. So you still get that sense of an H because of the aspiration. Why did you overlook his? You see what I mean? Why did you overlook his fever? Try that.
Why did you overlook his fever?
Okay, that time you used the H. You said overlook his fever. But now do it like this. Overlook his fever.
Why did you overlook his?
Good, but don't pause like that. Just overlook his.
Why did you overlook his fever?
Not bad. Just say overlook his.
Overlook his.
Right. So you see you have a choice. You can say overlook his, or which is arguably the more correct way. Or you could say overlook his, where we're effectively dropping the H from the beginning of his, which just makes it a bit quicker and easier to connect. Overlook his fever, or overlook his fever. You see?
Why did you overlook his fever? Why did you overlook his fever?
Right, exactly. So you have a choice there. Just say, the second replied.
The second replied.
Exactly. So you see, we don't need the duh. We can just go straight to the like that. Second, like that. I'm sort of doing the n and the at the same time. Second replied.
Second replied.
Exactly.
The
Just
second
say,
replied.
that's it. How could I have foreseen what would happen?
How could I have foreseen what would happen?
Good. Just say would happen.
Would happen.
Right. Would happen.
Would happen.
Right. Just say the first shot back.
The first shot back.
That's it. The first shot back.
The first shot back.
That's fine. A smart doctor. Just that.
A smart doctor.
One more time.
A smart doctor.
Glottal stop. A smart doctor.
A smart doctor.
Good. Now, you can pause there. A smart doctor is only a smart doctor. I think it works well to do that. But if you want to connect, you have to use the ur. A smart doctor is only a smart doctor. Try that.
A smart doctor is only a smart doctor.
Good. Just say only.
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 Just do this. Oh.
Oh.
Right. So make sure I hear that sound. A smart doctor is only a smart doctor.
A smart doctor is only a smart doctor.
Good. Make the R longer. A smart doctor is only a smart doctor.
A smart doctor is only a smart doctor.
Good, but you need more of a glottal stop. A smart doctor is only a smart doctor.
A smart doctor is only a smart doctor.
Good. If he does foresee things.
If he does foresee things.
So again, you can pause before saying if, a smart doctor is only a smart doctor if he does foresee things. But if you want, you could connect. A smart doctor is only a smart doctor if he does foresee things. Okay? Depends how, you can choose to kind of do it all very fast or choose to slow it down and add pauses.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It doesn't take a smart doctor not to foresee things.
It doesn't take a smart doctor not to foresee things.
Good. Anyone can do that.
Anyone can do that.
Fine. So notice that even though that comes at the end of the phrase, the end of the paragraph, and so it's not connecting to anything, I can still use a glottal stop. Anyone can do that.
Mhm.
Okay, try it.
Anyone can do that.
Just finish here. That.
No. Anyone can do that.
No, don't use your tongue. Anyone can
Anyone
do
can
that.
do. Anyone can do that.
There you go.
Anyone can do that.
Good. And I think it's particularly appropriate here because we're sort of, it's sort of like a conversation. He's having this conversation in his head, and they're sort of arguing. And this voice is being a bit sarcastic. So it's appropriate to give it that kind of conversational, slightly relaxed, blasé sort of tone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyone can do that. You see what I mean?
Anyone can do that. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Anyone can do that.
That.
Anyone can do that.
Exactly.